Now to open your hey, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to go ahead and give you my final thoughts on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the reviews of the reunions. I did not give a review of reunion part 2 because there was nothing to review. That was the most pointless hour of TV that I have seen in a very long time. It was ridiculous. Last night I guess they gave what they were supposed to give. We got into Bolo Court, but all right, y'all. Let's just jump into it. They took us back to Bolo Court. We saw how Kenya made it a big issue. And to be honest, in the beginning, it was kind of funny. Like when she first started doing Bolo Court, it was kind of funny. But like it just drug on too long. And now it makes you look super pressed. It just makes you look super pressed. I'm sorry. And I understand that Kenya says that had it been the other way around and had she been the one that slept with the stripper, those girls would have dragged it. I don't think so. I think the girls might have made like a little comment. There might have been a quick little shady comment made, but that would have been the end of it. It wouldn't have been the conversation for the entire season. Portia never denied it. She pretty much just accepting the fact that we all know that she slept with the stripper now or whatever. And there was a point in there where we talked about Marlo, and Marlo basically was just like, Candy told me everything the next day, and I just felt like, if you're my friend, why would you lie to me and all this stuff. And all I want to say to that is, I don't tell every friend everything. So if you weren't in the room, you didn't have to know. You know what I'm saying? If I don't want this getting out, I'm not going to tell every single friend that I have. You get what I'm saying? So I don't blame Portia for it's her cooch. Oh crap. Sorry. It's her cooch. She can tell whomever she wants about what she did in that room. That's none of your business. And she doesn't owe Marlo a explanation to what she did that night, in my opinion. I understand that they're talking about, they're filming a reality show, and so anything that was done is fair game to talk about on the show, but I don't think that that's fair either. I feel like once they wrap the cameras, and they said they wanted to have a real bachelorette parties can get wild. None of the ones I've been to, but I've heard that real bachelorette parties can get wild. So I don't think that it was right for them to keep bringing it up over and over again. Kenya made some point about how Drew and Cynthia were sitting, and they talked about what happened on camera the next day. And so what's the difference between them talking about it and her? The difference is they had one little scene where they talked about what they did and what they saw, and then that was the end of it. It wasn't all of this speculation. It wasn't all of this, well, who done it? Where's Waldo type of stuff. That's the difference. I don't blame Candy for telling Marlo about what happened. I know I'm all over the place, but I just want to get all my points out, and I'm gonna be done with it because ain't a bunch I want to talk about. But anyway, I don't blame Candy for telling Marlo because, in Candy's defense, she felt like Marlo and Portia were actual friends. So it's kind of just like, girl, yeah, whatever, to tell amongst friends. And then if you knew and then you asked Portia and she didn't want to admit it, just let it go. In my opinion, I would have just let it go. It wouldn't have been this serious. Now, Barlow's making it this issue like, well, Portia's a liar. She lied to me. Portia's been a liar. That's nothing new. That's not something that we're just learning this season. We've learned that Portia lies. I don't understand why are we trying to act like this is some revelation because she doesn't want to admit to sleeping with this stripper. As far as I'm concerned, there's plenty of women that lie about their body counts. Plenty. what Kanye say? What did Kanye say? Multiply it by 3. Like, plenty of women lie about their body counts, and it doesn't matter. Like, she doesn't have to admit who she slept with to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't like that. I didn't like the whole slut shamery. Ooh, I almost missed my turn. I didn't like the whole slut shamery of this entire season, like, especially when she's single. They do bring up the fact that Tanya was involved. And that's why Tanya left the show, because she was like, y'all ain't finna drag me for 8 whole seasons, for 8 whole episodes. Hold on. But yeah, that's why Tanya left, because she wasn't finna have y'all dragging her for 8 weeks or 9 weeks about it, when she already got to deal with her husband at home, or her life partner or whatever. Even though I'm tired of Kenya trying to call Tanya out about him being a life partner. He's more of a husband to her than Mark has ever been a husband to you. Let's just be real about that. Then in some kind of way, it ended up talking about the whole reason why they are even having the dungeon theme is because of Portia's lies, which, I mean, it's technically true. But what confused me about that was Candy saying how this whole situation is sensitive to her and it's a touchy subject for her. And she went ahead and she basically brought up what happened between her and Portia 4 years ago, and how, but I get all of that, Candy, but here's the thing. You have capitalized off of this for the past year, 2 years, and you're still talking about capitalizing on it, doing an online dungeon show. So how touchy can this subject really be for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that didn't make any sense. Like, I understand that the entire thing stemmed off of Portia's lies, but really the reason why this is still the theme of this reunion is because you decided to make the bachelorette party dungeon themed. So if it was still such a touchy subject for you, you wouldn't have made the bachelorette party dungeon themed. So I just felt like Candy just wanted to bring up that again, just to kind of prove, I guess, that Portia's a liar. But I don't know. I didn't understand that analogy. Y'all drop down in the comments and tell me if you got where she was coming from, because I didn't get it. It didn't make sense to me. I didn't understand. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. They do ask, like, that Andy goes around and asks everybody if they trust everybody, and Marlo says she doesn't trust Kenya all the way. Kenya says she trusts Marlo. Candy says that, you know, she'll always feel some type of way about the situation, which, I mean, we know Candy holds grudges. We know that's true, so it is what it is. And that was really the end of it. At the end of the day, what was the resolve? I don't know. They talked about the profit lot situation, and Drew and Portia deserve to be friends because they both are liars, and we just kind of see that. And Drew, you were reaching with that whole last 2 episodes. You should have, like, ended on a high note, because you were actually doing decent as a cast member, and then you screwed yourself over with the profit situation, with the gag gifts. And now I'm sitting up here looking at you like side eye, like I don't really care for you. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of it, Drew and LaToya kind of made up and were like, oh, well, I'm ready to move forward. Oh, I'll move forward, type of thing. I guess that's a good thing, but also, is that genuine? Like, y'all don't even have a foundation to want to move forward. So that's stupid to me. It just makes me feel like, it almost makes me feel like y'all were just in cahoots to sit up here and act the fool together so that y'all can secure the bag for season 2. And y'all realize, like, right at the end of the season, like, we need to do something to just step it up just a little bit to make sure that we can come back. That's almost what it seems like to me, because it was just like, ugh, you know? And the only other thing I want to talk about from this reunion, which, like I said, I'm just glad that the season is over at this point, was when Marlo and Portia were getting into it, and Portia went into this whole thing about calling Marlo out for being a felon, and I was just like, Portia, you normally have much better reads than that. That was not a read to me. There was nothing about that was just like, oh, you gave it to Marlo or anything. Like, that was just not a read. Like, and if this was your friend, y'all know, your friend, that was to me a low blow, and I did not like that at all. One more thing, y'all, that I forgot to talk about, and I just remembered on my way home. They discussed Portia and Kenya's relationship, their friendship or lack thereof. And here's the thing. Now, I was actually here for them trying to work out their friendship last season. And if we want to be honest, the person who screwed that up was Portia, because as soon as she got back cool with Nene, it was a wrap for being cool with Kenya. But how come y'all just can't accept the fact that, like, y'all aren't friends, y'all are never gonna be friends? Even if y'all were gonna be cool, you know, it was gonna be very, very surface level. Kenya can sit up here and act like during that little bit of time where Portia and Shamia were friends, that she just confided so much in Portia and all of this stuff, but she didn't. She didn't. Also, when she referenced last season where they talked about where they were at the bowling alley scene, and Kenya and Candy and Portia made a joke about Ken and how Ken acted in the relationship, it was a joke. It wasn't even like Portia was dragging it. And so that's what I'm saying when I say, like, Kenya thinks too highly of herself. She thinks that, like, just when she does something, everyone's going to drag it out and make it this huge thing. People comment on it because you're on a reality show. That's what you're going to do. But no one dragged it out like that. They didn't. So to me, that wasn't a valid excuse for Kenya to talk about how her and Portia aren't cool. It would have been a more valid, like, point to say, oh, well, as soon as she got back cool with Nene, then all of a sudden me and her stopped being cool. That would have been valid. Portia said that basically she just stopped pursuing the friendship. She just felt like she didn't want to. And that's just, ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all are grown women. If I don't want to be your friend, or we can agree to not beef. And I thought that's kind of where they were. They were just agreeing to no longer just be beefing. But we see how long that lasted. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I said something about that before I forgot. All right. Overall, I don't think anyone came out on top of this reunion except maybe Candy, because the whole reunion was, based off of her idea. But other than that, it was a flop. This whole reunion, this whole season, it was a flop. I'm gonna blame it on Rona. I'm going to blame it on Rona. I'm going to say I'm not going to throw them away, but I think something needs to change. I definitely think there needs to be a cast shakeup. I'm not saying bring Phaedra back, because I don't put all my faith in one cast member to, like, shake up everything, but something needs to change. And that's just that on that. But anyway, y'all tell me what y'all thought about this reunion, about this season. I'm finna get in here. I have an eye appointment, so I'm out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed my content. And I'll see y'all in the next video, which will be Teen Mom 2, which should be coming out, I think, on Wednesday, no later than Thursday. So I'll see y'all then. Peace.